Hi folks, Lee Gettess here with the Market Sounds for the week of August 7th, 2018. As always, the charts in the presentation are provided to us by the Trade Navigator software. And this is the weekly bond market chart, and we've got a little surprise here. They appeared to be turning back up next week, and we were looking for them to exceed this middle moving average and possibly head up here to the mid 144 area, 144.16 or higher. They failed just one tick from this moving average. This is 43.19. The high of the week is 43.18. And they started down from here. That is not a good sign. Now, it doesn't mean the world's falling and they could still go back up. But right now, we've got to look at support here at roughly 142.03, and the previous swing low here is not low, it's last week's low, is 42.27. So from roughly 142.03 down to about, let's call it 141.20, that's a zone of support that really needs to hold this week. And we've been saying that for a couple of weeks, but yeah, we didn't know they were going to test it this week. Thought it was time for them to turn up. Now, the one thing to remember is this is all just one gigantic sideways pattern. Prices right now are basically right where they were in February, so it's not like a lot has happened here. And they could just be going to test the lows and nothing more, but if they do turn down further from here, you've got to worry that maybe they are taking out the lows when I actually thought they were going to test the highs. But we do have three tests of the same area up here around 146. Maybe that's enough. Maybe they got to make a third test of these low areas here. Kind of surprising. I thought they were going up, but at this point they don't appear to be. And the question is, are they going down? That's what we'll have to watch for. Stocks could be just a mirror image, sort of. They have been grinding higher ever since this low here in April. Of course, the entire range for the year was created in 2 weeks, right? The high of the low here, or high of the year here, and the low of the year here. Everything's been inside of that ever since. They are just grinding their way higher, and the emphasis on that is grind. Usually when they're going to make a move for the highs, you see some explosiveness, you see some drive. They're not doing that. They're grinding very grudgingly, and in fact, they're even doing it at strange times. From Monday night to Tuesday morning, they started making new highs at 1:30 in the morning Central Time. It's not impossible for them to do that, but it's unusual unless that's going to get rejected, which it did not. They continued higher during the day. So it's just sort of a rather unusual price action that we're seeing here. A little tough to figure out what's driving them. Usually the S&P is the big dog, and it's not that common to see the tail wagging the dog, which seems to be what's happening right now. At any rate, this week, pretty clearly the best support is down here in the 128.16 area. Not 128, just 28.16 area. And they haven't been anywhere near that. They basically have kind of opened up from last week's close and have just kept right on going. The resistance begins here at 28.58, and they're trying very diligently to blow through that. That leaves the upper Keltner channel and the previous high for the year both in the 28.86 area. There certainly is a chance for them to go all the way up there and even pop through and then reverse, but right now, they're looking stronger than I really expected. I thought they'd be turning down from this point, and they still could, but they aren't. And that's the important thing to notice. They're just grinding their way higher. I don't know what it would take to knock them down because they're not exactly flying on good news. It's not like everything's wonderful and all the economic signals are great. It's pretty good, but it's not great. Well, they're going up anyway. And that's really the bottom line. Right now, they're going up. I thought they'd turn down. They haven't. So right now, they're going up. So the idea, I think, is to keep an eye on, do they get to the 28.16 support this week, which at this point doesn't look likely. And if they go challenge the resistance, 28.86, see if they can get there, see how they handle it. So that's what we've got for you today. I hope you can find something profitable